Young men and women have given their lives for this nation. All the way from the beginning to this moment right now, they did it so you could sit in those chairs and listen to me right now. They did it so I could stand here and speak.
Guys, we're just back from the 4th of July. My wife and I and our baby Eloise had an amazing 4th of July in Texas with Dan Crenshaw, celebrating with Patriots. Such an awesome time. Seriously, you need to rekindle and restart and re-energize. And the best way to do that is to be around Patriots. That's why I love talking with all of you every single day. This is a speech that I caught from Mark Robinson, the Lieutenant Governor of North Carolina, an absolute boss. It is the greatest 4th of July speech I have ever heard in Hollywood or in real life. Doesn't matter. Independence Day or in real life, doesn't matter. This speech is fire. This is money. And this kind of speech is why I'm saying Mark Robinson is to the moon. This guy has got an amazing career in front of him, okay? Get a load of this wonderful barn burner from the boy, Mark Robinson.
People ask me all the time, why are you so angry? Why are you so demonstrative? Why do you talk so loud? I talk loud because I want people to hear this. I want you to hear this. And when I say this, I'm talking to you and I'm talking to our enemies. When I sit at night, sometimes I sit up in my loft. And for those of y'all who don't know, I got a model train set, and gosh, I love that model train set. I was just talking to somebody else about that model train set. And I go up there and work on that thing sometime, and then I sit back, and sometimes in my thoughts, what I often find myself thinking about are things that actually bring tears to my eyes. You know, not anybody in particular do I think about. I just think about myself. I think about how much I love my grandson. You know, I watch him run around. He's 4 years old now, and the funny things that he says, and how he runs inside and hugs his grandma, and how he hugs me, and how he calls me Papa. Just, you know, I love that kid more than anything. I never thought I could love somebody that much. Never. It's indescribable how much I love him. It's indescribable how much I love my wife and my children. It's indescribable. It's not something you can even tell somebody. You can't define it with a word so small as love. But then I think about this. I think about that mother and father who have that flag hanging in the window with that blue star on it. And their son or their daughter is far across the ocean somewhere. Far across the ocean. And then they get that knock on the door, and they go, and there's an officer standing there, and there's a chaplain standing beside them. And they have to tell that mother, that father, that family, that blue star is going to turn into a gold star and your loved one's not coming home. You're never going to see him again, never going to hug him again, not on this earth. Now I think about the reason they did it for. The reason they did it is so we could sit here tonight. Now that sounds cliche, but that is the truth. That is not a theory. That is not some wild-eyed idea. That's not something that just exists in a John Wayne movie. That is the truth. Young men and women have given their lives for this nation. All the way from the beginning to this moment right now, they did it so you could sit in those chairs and listen to me right now. They did it so I could stand here and speak without some jackbooted thugs coming in here throwing chains on me and dragging me away. They did it so this nation can remain free and strong and proud and brave. And when I think about it, guys, every time it brings tears to my eyes. The way people have sacrificed for this nation. And then they hear people say that this nation is not good enough, that this nation is less than, that this nation is racist. My God, what part of this country do you have to live in? Where are you at in your mind to say that this is a racist nation? Where? Show it to me. Bring it to me. Lay it at my feet. Any person that thinks that this is a racist nation, look here, I got a personal story to tell you. A personal story to tell you. I'm standing right here and I'm looking at all these different faces in here, and I see people that don't look anything like me. Some of whom have embraced me in tears and tell me that they love me. And they don't love me because I'm a black man or because I'm a white man. They love me because we share a heart. We share a heart for this nation. We support this nation where people don't care what you look like anymore. Just as long as you're standing up for what's right. And that's why we're here tonight, folks. We're here to stand up for what's right. Because we know what's right, and we have right on our side. And I'm going to tell you, I'm telling you, as you sit in those chairs, as you stand there, as you listen to me, if you don't think this is a fight, all you got to do is turn on CNN for 5 minutes, and your mind will be changed. And so, what I'm going to leave you with here tonight, guys, is this. It's time to stand up and be strong. You know, I said for many years, if we had a president that would just stand up and say what needs to be said, he'd get something done. And we had one in number 45. We sure did. And he got some stuff done. Folks complained about how he did it, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you like this. Now is not the time to be soft-spoken and timid and afraid. Now is not the time to sit back and say, well, maybe we can negotiate. Now is not the time to put a pipe in the corner of your mouth and say, well, let's see what the book says about it. This is not the time for that, folks. We are in a battle for the soul of this nation, the literal soul of this nation. This nation is actually standing at a crossroads. And a giant semi-truck called socialism is coming down the pike. Now is not the time to look at our nation and say, you need to look out. There's a truck coming. Now's not the time for that. Now is the time for us to stand up and say, wake up, America! Wake up! You are about to give away one of the greatest gifts God has ever given to humanity. You are about to give it away because you refuse to stand up like those who came before you. It is time for us to stand up, folks. It's time for us to be unafraid, unashamed, and unabashed with the truth that we have in us. And tell those socialist bastards who want to destroy this nation, you will not do it on my watch. You will not do it now. You will not do it ever. Because this is America. And I don't come from some weak jellyback people. I come from people who survived the Middle Passage and the potato famine, and who survived World War I and World War II and Vietnam and Korea, and survived the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. Folks who survived 9/11 and thwarted the efforts of those that thought they would bully us. I don't come from a weak and ineffective people. And if you want this fight, you bring it. Because we are ready. Because we don't back down and we don't give up. We will fight for the life of this nation, and we will fight for the future of our children. You don't believe it? You're going to get a lesson. The same way the British did, the same way the Germans did, the same way the Japanese did, the same way the communists did, the same way those terrorists over in the Middle East did. You're going to get a lesson in what free men will do to hold on to their freedom. So hold on to your hats, communists. Hold on to your hats, socialists. The patriots are coming, and you're not going to like it when they get there. God bless you all. God bless the great state of North Carolina, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you.